into this one. Some different heroes coming in, some different carries. Hearing from the panel, the Weaver, the Ember Spirit, they're a bit concerned that these heroes might be a bit too slippery for Bold. Do you agree that this is going to be a problem, or do you think Bold's got them sorted?
Yeah, that part is definitely frustrating. It will be. I think they framed it pretty nicely in terms of how it's going to be fairly similar to last game, and just this idea of like you can definitely see Ivy getting the map, getting control, but then the eventuality of securing the high ground push and staying consistent throughout the game. That'll be the one issue. But yeah, that ability to just take over the map, because how do you kill Weaver and Ember while also having to worry about the global silence? It can be pretty frustrating. At the same time, they can also be like slightly squishier heroes if you catch them without the flame guard or before the ulti. So maybe their burst damage from Team Ball will be enough to get through.
I'll see indeed if it will be. But, had a quite back and forth game too. Ivy very much would have felt at a point that game was going to be theirs, but Team Bold able to turn it around very, very nicely. See how things set up here in this game 3, because of course one thing that we have had in both games is Ivy getting the lead at the start. The early game has been very, very solid both times. See if that's going to be the case again here, or Team Bold can have a bit of a better grasp on the laning stage.
It'd be interesting to see how Zipzapper's game goes as well. He's played some pretty different matches throughout this. Like he started on the Mars, then moved to the Centaur, and now he's on the Primal Beast. So he kind of had the same job in all 3 games, but all 3 of those heroes sort of have like a different tempo in a lot of ways. Mars kind of has these like early arenas maybe, but then he really wants the Blink Dagger to get things going. Primal Beast can just be a complete maniac with the Onslaught into plays, trying to farm into that BKB. So I'm really curious to see what sort of tempo he sort of tries to set here, as with the additional damage from a Zeus, that's some pretty high success rate ganks, I would say, early on.
We'll see if Top Banging can set this lane up to be as nice as it ended up for Gorg in the last game. I was able to get some very, very good free farmers to drow in the lane, thanks to Undying's aggression.
Oh, Pablo's owning down bottom. He just he got into the back. He managed to secure a range creep kill, which helped push a couple creeps under the tower. So then Pio had to run back, and then he denied their range creep as well, like right in their faces too. He's actually doing so much work down here early. He's playing on that tree line really nicely and not playing too scared of this Weaver. Doesn't want to feel bullied by those earlier levels in Shikuchi when it's got the big long cooldown. Really quality stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and overall as well, how do you sort of like Weaver carry at the moment? Where do you think it sort of fits into the game of Dota 2?
I think the hero is good. I think players struggle a little bit to maximize it because, you're looking to get aggressive and to keep fighting a little bit, and you want to take advantage of it, but at the same time, we're playing a game of maelstroms and farming, and it feels really good. And then you're thinking about things like, oh, should I get a Gleipnir later? Like maybe I should farm that right now so I have some more cash to help out. The hero's definitely strong. And I think with the coverage of the global silence, it's going to make a big difference, because you don't want to be just like a lone Weaver that doesn't have some sort of assistance in ensuring that you're going to get off the time lapse. I think keeping that as a bit of a defensive option, or like a guaranteed strong initiation, will be an important thing to make his game feel good.
So far, getting some easy farm in this safe lane, despite the earlier efforts to hold the creep wave in a favourable position here from Team Bold. Still no struggle for Pioneer 65. But same to be said for Gorg. Gorg also having a very nice time in the safe lane once again this game.
Yeah, the Undying pick paying off once more. I mean, Cube just had the freest game ever, game 1. Didn't really have a presence in the laning stage at all last game. Didn't do too much like creep pulling or moving around. It's just warding camps, blocking camps, freeing camps, and then just trying to help his carry farm. It's just too annoying versus the Undying.
In terms of the mid matchup, dead even pretty much. 19 for 2, 18 for 1. Very, very close here in CS. I mean, we are going to be a bit careful. As low as he is, the sleight of fist spam will seems to keep him very, very low. They'll try for a toss back on Gorg, but these two heroes not really posing a kill potential against the Morphling at this point.
That should help.
Man, Weehaw's playing on the edge there.
Yeah, slight change would kill him.
Yeah.
Mobite, he might just be able to get Pablo. Pablo, he will lose his courier. But he will live. He's up to the high ground south of the ready. But yeah, very much having to respect this level 3 Sleight of Fist. It absolutely hurts.
Now Weehaw grabbed the double runes there, the water into the bounty to fuel back up. Still has the Fairy Fire as well, so I guess he feels comfortable playing things a bit risky, but certainly was cutting it close.
Have been denied.
Mobile at least wanting to get this 6 so that he can reset, go back to base, get the refuel. It's also a point where Pablo's got his eyes on the mid. They want to try and punish Mobile.
That looks good.
And here we go with the lead in. They're able to do it. A perfect time to strike at that point where he was really hoping to get his level 6 on so he could go for the back and forth from the lane. But Pablo making sure that that won't be as smooth as a level 6 pickup as he would have hoped for. And at the same time, back into the jungle. As Pablo sweeps back towards the bottom lane, he'll meet up with Zip Zapper to take out Jay and Vincenzo. So a couple of kills for Team Bold here off the back of some nice movements from their bottom lane duo.
That's a hard play to make, too. You don't expect a good rotation with a level 2 Rubik, but he capitalized on the fact of how everyone wants to play versus Zeus, which is, you know, trying to get the most out of your wand. So he had 7 charges on a stick, and as that was going down, but the stun coming at the perfect time there from Pablo just catches him off guard, doesn't let him play it right to the limit here. Speaking of the limit here, Mobe, you know, has level 6, so has to consider the possibilities here of the damage he could get.
Yeah, we've got to be careful. I feel like if the next Sleight Fist, that will definitely put Weehar at a point where he'll dive for it. Of course, 6-minute power runes coming in. Pablo, he'll make sure that it won't be a quick and easy pickup for Mobai. Okay, Weehar wasn't able to make up to the top one in time, so Mobai will still get it with Remnant set down. Not the most explosive of runes for an Ember Spirit. Just the Invis hit.
Weehaw's just going all the way back up top. Cube is stalking behind Gork here. 350 HP, doesn't get the shift off in time.
Is it going to be enough burst? It is. Yeah, Gork's fine. Even as low on the strength that he was there, still not quite an opportunity that these two heroes can go for a kill on.
Yeah, the raindrop there as well, very helpful, plus the Morbid Mask. So TP in here from Weehaw. That new skip and a hop.
They'll take him down very, very quickly.
Oh, they saw the ward too.
See if they can look for Cupid. As they'll start hunting in the trees. Cube, he'll be able to juke far enough that they won't bother spending any more time looking towards him. But really nice movement there from Weehar, catching Only by surprise. And yeah, for pretty much the first time this series, Team Bold's early game, it's looking pretty smooth.
Oh, Jim Vincento's here too, though. I mean, they're doing some quick math here. That's not enough, though. It's Morphling.
They're really trying to go for him, but they don't have the tools to do it at this point. Gorg's going to be okay.
And he's still getting the last hit as it comes under the tower, too. He's gaming.
He's doing well. He had game one. That was the warm-up game. That was definitely the warm-up game. And I believe he hadn't streamed yet today. So, you know, that was the first game of the day almost certainly for Gorg. You know, he got that out of his system. Game 2 looked great. And so far, the start to Game 3 looking pretty solid as well.
Yeah, Zipzapper puts some pressure down bottom on Pyo and forces out the ulti as well. So chance for the level 6.
I see Moba is trying to play aggressively with the Remnants, but he gets caught by that heavily jump slow. So the follow-up Remnant to continue the dive isn't going to be there for him.
Oh, look at Pyo. He's here in the river.
And he will be able to get the rune. But indeed, with the Weaver sweeping over, I'll make sure that Weehar dies for his efforts to step out and grab the rune. Well, at least grab it means that they won't worry about an Ember Spirit having a DD rune to play with, but still, we are dying there. Pyo being able to come in and get the kill, or get involved with the kill, is going to be feeling pretty good. See, top Gorg will be chased out of lane by Owned Me. The Siphon's not going to be quite enough damage, and he still has some 1 charges left, so Gorg, he'll be fine. Does get bullied away from the tower, though, so he'll leave Ivy with an opportunity to do a fair bit to on the tier 1 push.
Cube even.
Yeah, keep trying his luck there.
You never know. Might turn back around. He might also wrap around onto Pablo here if they get an eye on him. But TB coming up here as well from the Primal Beast onto Own Me. So Exorcism over, in we go. Raindrop to help.
He's got another Siphon ready in a second. There goes the one charges. See if these two do enough damage to take down this Death Prophet. They don't. Not even with the Thunder God's Wrath coming in. They won't be able to quite kill him. Same time in the mid. A bit of a fight kicking off here between Beng and Weehar, Cube and Mobai, and one that Team Bold, they'll be the victors off here as they take down Mobai. They're looking to dive pretty aggressively in for Cube. And they'll get him. Weehar does die for that, but he'll say worth. He gets in, gets a double kill. Pyro 65 will, in return, get a little bit of a cleanup. Unless Bang can go for the deny, and he can. Straight to the camp he goes. Neutral creeps will take him out, so at least stopping Pyro 65 from getting both of them. Top lane, Zip Zapper will be able to distance himself in time from Onmi and JM Vincenzo. But yeah, some really good early aggression from Team Bold. You know, even with We Are dying there, he gets the kills. He's still second highest on the net worth. Pyro 65 still holding that top spot as to carry Weaver. But 5 for 2. You know, they're definitely ready to game here in Game 3, Team Bold.
I think this is exactly how you have to play Weaver if you're picking this hero. Like, I want to see you move around the map. Like, I want to see you abuse these early levels than Shikuchi, because it's not like there's necessarily a better farming build anyway where you can just like AFK and farm the whole time. Like, you've got Shikuchi. It is crazy powerful at this point in the game. I want to see it flexed on the other enemy heroes. And that's the best way to do it. It's to do it like defensively under towers like that. Someone's diving, you come in, get the punish, immediately return back to farming. Because you can just move so quickly across the map anyway. Cube gets the tome as well here as they try and pressure mid.
Yeah, see what sort of defense Team Bold will bring in around this. Change connection, Cube, seeing if he can buy time to get in with the Avalanche. He can. Chains into the Avalanche. Oh, it's not enough to burst through Pablo. Okay, the Sleight of Fist, that will finish him. Raindrop gave him a bit of a chance to live. Gorg's turned up to see if he can get some kills out of this fight. They'll get Cube, but look who's here as well. Pyro 65, once again making sure not to miss out on any action. No Zip Zapper and Gorg are low. They'll commit him with the Shikuchi. Gorg's still got a bit of strength to shift into. As Gorg, he's going to get caught by the Slight. Mobai able to get in and finish off Gorg and Zip Zapper both going down. Pyro 65, he's going pretty deep here. And a little too deep this time round. Pablo able to slam him with the lift up for the telekinesis and the burst they offer. And he's chasing him for more and he'll get it. He's got the reach there to burst Jan Vincenzo with the Arc Lightning. So whilst we had Mobai taking down Gorg, Pyro 65 getting in, and Pyro 65 losing his life, we are getting the cleanup. Yeah, again, Team Bold, they're getting the kills out of these early battles.
Yeah, I think once you got the kill out of Gork, you gotta be like, all right, nice. Yeah, I didn't think that Slight was gonna reach. That's huge. Maybe back off there, but it's so tempting as the Weaver because he still had the ulti, but didn't quite get the chance to pop it off there. And of course, he committed the Cardinal Sin as Weaver. It's very hard not to do, obviously, but he has given away Shikuchi, perhaps one of the absolute best spells in the entire game for Rubik to steal. He's versus a Weaver and a Tiny, who are two obviously the best ones these days with the power of Avalanche.
You see here, Pablo Shikuching in to try and catch Mobai by surprise. Look at the burst on him, but not enough to kill him. And in DJ, you got to be prepared for Pablo using that against you and getting these sort of setups from the invis.
This is all before the global as well. Could just be another tool for them to add into these engagements. Jim Vincento tries to get some XP mid, but everyone keeps running through.
We are very much seeing, though, even with that death from Pyro 65, he's just been able to clean up so much more gold on the map. 6.5k net worth against the sort of 4k that Gorg has now in the mid. The Avalanche onto the two of them. Mobai jumping in with the Remnants. It's going to be Cube cleaning up the double kill. Pyro 65 trying to beat into Bengen. He's actually going to get grabbed by Zip Zapper. It's enough to kill him. Zip Zapper, big kill to be found there. This is a very valuable Weaver. Sitting at the top of the net worth, they're able to get him, and with Gorg waveforming over, they'll look towards Cube as well. They'll get the Avalanche off Cube, but not enough to hold back both of them. And Team Bot, they're not even done yet. Zip Zapper charging in onto both of them, and Gorg, a nice little play there, turns into the Ember Spirit, Slight chains against them. As Team Bot, they pick up the 4 kills. It's only Omi left alive. This time it's Gorg's turn to be the carry that turns up and cleans up.
Oh, such a happy Morphling and Rubik game, man. It's just, those Morphling players, they love those pucks or those embers, that little bit of early aggression, a bit of jump to help you out. One of the best ones that you can grab there. So that is a lot to give away.
It really is. I mean, There was about, I think, over a 2k difference between the two carries, Pyro 65 and Gorg. Now it's less than 1k difference between them, so the gap has been closed. It's on the verge of closing.
And there was about 3k XP as well that went the way of Team Bald here too. So they basically lost almost the entirety of the XP lead at this point. And even things out a little bit here. We will have Maelstrom coming up here pretty soon. Robe, so that's quite a bit of damage there on the Ember. We got a pipe coming out as well on DP, another 600 gold. So they've got items on the move here, but they're not quite there.
They'll catch banging. Team Bold, they'll let them have that. As long as they can get Pablo and Weehar out, they'll be fine. But of course, they'll want to dive this. As Mobai straight in underneath the tier 1 tower, gets in onto the Zeus and the Rubik. Heavily jumps there from Weehar, but it won't save him. As they'll lose their lives. 3 dead. Zip Zapper also potentially in trouble as Onmi is in on top of them with the Siphon. We'll see if Mobile wants to go again. He does. Slight Chains gets another connection. It's going to be 4 heroes cleaned up by Ivy. Team Bolt, they weren't ready for that one. Some hugely aggressive plays because they can. With the Zember and the Weaver, they're ready to just go, go, go. And once they start to get that first kill out of the play, they know that they can just continue to just overrun Team Bold when Team Bold's not fully set up for a fight.
Yeah, typically it's the Tiny's responsibility to make those little plays of like avalanche under the tower and then everyone follows up. But because you have the slight chains catching 2 like that, Cube just holds the avalanche, waits till the counter initiation is there after, and then it just broke everything that Zipzapper was trying to do.
In the mid. I'm thinking about going for more. This time they'll be a bit more hesitant. They know Team Bold's likely to be able to deal with this as they have split up.
Cube gets a Blink Dagger as well here too, so slight chains, blinking Tiny, the mobility of the Weaver. Looking like a pretty frightful team here on the Radiant right now as Team Bald will try and keep Gork farming. Get him towards that Manta, give him some semblance of safety here in these engagements. And the Gleipnir also almost done.
Yeah.
That is scary.
That really is, yeah. Pyro 65 is going to have a fantastic time on this one. Pablo scouting things out here with the stolen Shikuchi. Cube's he's going to be able to punish him for this one. He'll get into the invis of the Shikuchi again, but the curse is already upon him. And stick charges, unlikely to save him here. He'll try and hide in the trees, but they'll stay on top of it. +2 for Jan Vincento. Nicely building up the int so far, already up to 12.
You know, the item upgrades aren't going to be quite as substantial here for Team Bald Noala either. Zipzapper just feels pressured to go in here with the Tombstone.
Instant TPs are coming in. They will manage to kill Onmi before the backup is in play, but the Ivy, Pyro 65 and Mobite should have a chance of getting kills in return as they take out both Bang and Zipzapper. Pyro 65, he's ready to lead forward for more. They're going to be able to close the gap on Weehar. Double kill for Mobite. Only Gorg and Pablo left here on the bottom lane as they have got to retreat. They have no sort of further say in this fight as Ivy, these 2 cores, Pyro 65 and Mobai, they just have so much cleanup potential. They're jumping around the fight, sort of as the panel said. You know, if you don't get the catch on these heroes, they are just going to be a nightmare to deal with in these mid-game skirmishes.
I think it's Zipzapper too who's really struggling. Like he feels like he's just throw his body in because without the BKB, there's silence from the DP, there's bolas. Just like mini stuns from Tiny. Like this is where he shines for sure. Like individual pickoffs and plays, but the team fights, like if Ivy comes in, it's very hard for Zipzapper to actually do much. Like he feels pressured to break up these fights in the first place, but if he just onslaughts in, he pretty much can't commit any of his other spells without just like losing everything to the silencer or getting controlled up by someone else on Ivy.
Banging, stepping into a dangerous area of the map there to get some information. Won't be alive to tell it to the team. As Ivy were prepared and waiting for him. Some progress from Mobite.
I'll tell you, it's a good thing Undying gets 2.8 int per level. If you're gonna keep running in like that, you know, you're yeah, you need a little stockpile here. Jim Vincento's gonna take it all.
Oh, smoke time from Ivy. They want to keep these fights coming. I know how strong they are.
Radiant are scanning.
BKB from Zipzapper could definitely make things a little tougher with regards to how they want to get the quick kill. See if they can force it out of him. They'll actually just respect the fact that he has it and they won't waste any time going in towards the high ground for that play.
All right, good block off on that smoke attempt. Much needed. Pio has a DD for half duration right now, and Onmi's feeling pretty confident with this pipe. Just feels like checking some high grounds, seeing what's going on.
Yeah, Gould backing out completely from this lane now. And he knows that Ivy's likely to be looking to use this part of the map for their next move. Creep wave shoved up towards the tier 2 tower here by Fire 65 and by 1600 off the Aghanims.
Whoa.
Popping the global here. Not too sure what they were sort of seeing as a move with that one. Might have just been the old accidental press of the Archie there. I think
it might have been.
Yeah.
I actually have no idea. I'm looking.
I mean,
don't
they
know
were
what else it could have
kind of
been.
looking at mid, but it didn't look like anyone else was on board with the dive. So a bit of fortune there for Team Bold, I think. A bit of a window where, without the global silence from JM, they know it's less likely that Ivy's going to look to try and make these sort of aggressive moves that they have been upon them.
And they're also going to see Mobile down bottom there on the Ember, so they're where he's pushing out. If they want to go for a smoke play, now would be a pretty good time here for Team Bald. See if they want to move in towards those Ancients. And Pio going for the Lincoln Sphere next on this Weaver. Had a couple choices. I like the idea of getting something a little bit more defensive. You could go with like the hybrid, like Scotty sort of deal, but getting the Lincoln Sphere just for a solid bit of safety.
Yeah, I mean, with that, the only threat really is if he gets caught by any of these, his own team's abilities used against him by the Morph or the Rubik.
Yeah.
The main thing that's been, caused a little bit of issue for him has been the grab from Primal Beast, and no longer be able to happen unless they can pop through that. Lincoln's in the mid. Pablo, quick catch here from Ivy. And we got the Exorcism up again, so good look for Roche if they want to commit here, and they do. They'll step into the pit.
Oh, buddy. They're doubling down on this mobility as well. As our Ember's going for a very early Aghanims. Almost done here. And, how are you going to control him? He's just going to be jumping all around the back lines of this fight, dodging some of your control spells. He's even taking the Aegis here as well, just so he can really go all in. And since his Weaver will be finishing up a Lincoln Sphere soon enough anyway, doesn't feel like he necessarily needs it at this point in the game. So I think this is your structure breaker, right? You just kind of what happened in in game 2 was that they struggled to just get that first chaotic start to the high ground fight. Even though they were stronger, they weren't able to find that important hero, be it the Zeus or the Drow. And Ember with the Aghanim Scepter, it is one of the best base breaking Ags, I think. It's a little underrated in that regard because you can just jump all over the place and provide excellent vision for people like Cube who want to find that perfect snag.
Fire. Look to use the global here this time with definite intention to kill as they get their safety to commit in onto We Are as a team without any chance of Team Bod doing anything to help him. And they're looking to go for more. Motorbike closing the gap with the Aghanims. Gord, Mantra at the ready. Those chains off. And that'll be that. Gord able to keep safe under the tier 2. And still looking pretty solid on the farm. Very close to having the BKB.
It's a familiar sight here, Owen. It's very similar to last game.
I mean, it is. I mean, now for Ivy, how are they going to go about breaking the high ground? And how are they going to end up not falling into the same sort of trap that they got stuck in game 2? Is it easier for them? Is it just as hard?
Yes.
Is it more difficult?
I think it's easier right now because they have Global and they have the Ember Aghanims.
Yeah.
I think that Ember just jumps in, you Global, you kill one person, they buy back, you run away. It's like Kezu was saying. If it takes 2 hours, I don't care. But right now, the lack of dispels on the Dire is pretty rough. I mean, they only have the Manta so far for the Morphling. And the BKB for Primal Beast, but I'm mostly just focusing on Morphling and Zeus. I feel like they're the 2 key ones. Poking and prodding here, looking for their jump in. No global right now, though, so this is not the best time to necessarily jump in. And they know that on Team Bald. They are going to smoke into this Aegis. Oh, it's Ember, though. Oh, no grab.
I'm trying to catch him by surprise with that blink, but Mobile very, very quick with the fingers.
They have a slight telekinesis as well, too. So like they have a couple good ways to get that instant lift up. Well, they have a good sense that Team Ball went down bottom, and their wave is pushing down bottom. They're controlling the wave mid, so they're just going to take this top tier 2 for free. They also spot Pablo on this ward that's in the jungle, so Pablo being down there notifies like there's no way there's a defense happening here. Dire also have used the glyph, so they will be getting it right back, of course. But this tower's going down.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
For Team Bold, you still imagine just a case of waiting out the Sages?
Oh, I think Zip Zapper might be getting jumped here.
See if he wants to BKB and run. He'll try.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And with the TP, it will indeed be enough to get him out. Zip Zapper able to avoid the move. It does mean that Ivy will be more intent on trying to see if they can get anything else from this triangle. At the moment, Bengen is still hanging around a little bit, trying to play safe under the vision that he has. See if Mobile wants to commit for the chase here onto either of these two. He's going to look into the trees. He finds Gorg. As I think he may have also caught him with the chains in the was that during the TP, because he's now out of a TP, Gorg. He's got a BKB, but no TP to play with. Global comes out after the BKB to still hit him with that silence. He's got a fair bit of strength, and all the best he can do is just run here. Just try and run, but there's only so much running he can do. They'll kill him off. Mobile with a great catch there, finding him in the trees.
Man, that is actually massive for them, too. Losing that BKB, that was painful. That's going to be a free tower mid if they want. I guess the wave was a little bit pushed out. It's not that free necessarily. Especially with the global. Oh, jeez. Okay, Jim and Zento.
He's going in.
Let him go.
I mean, it will Pyre 65 for the side's going to get caught by the grab. Will manage to time lapse. And in fact, yeah, Zip Zapper is going to look towards Jan Vincento. Of course, his BKB so is still on cooldown for a couple of seconds here, Zip Zapper. Will get caught by the silence. BKB's at the ready now, but he won't even bother popping it. Knows that the physical will still kill him off. That's going to be him taking out JM. Not punished there for running in aggressively. The rest of the team able to back him up. As this tier 2 in the mid should be going down as well here. Ivy continuing to push the lead now.
He looked like he disconnected. just silencer just walking up there.
Bottom. Bengen nearly getting out with the TP, but Pyre 65's Gleipnir puts a stop to that one as well.
This is the kind of patience that you're hoping for here. Pablo, though, hoping to find something, but there's a sentry on the ground.
And they were ready for that one. It really is going to be a case of seeing if Ivy this time round, they struggled in game 2 with using their advantage to take things to the next step, get to that high ground, take some of these structures from Team Bold. See if they can do it here in game 3, or somehow Team Bold can push them back once more. Zip Zapper's in. But we are on the side. He has to be careful. Pyre 65 is going to go straight towards the cause on the back line. Same of his head for Mobile. Mobile's in with the remnants. He's looking towards the Zeus. Straining with the slight chains, locking down Weeheart. And protecting himself for now with the Ghost form. Pyre 65 is going to continue to try and commit on towards the Zeus, but Team Bold, they're doing a decent job of allowing Weeheart to get back to safety. Bengen will still go down. Zip Zapper, onslaught over towards the Ember. They're bringing the Ember low. They've actually managed to kill him off. As they've taken out Mobile. Team Bold there was some very fancy footwork. Weeheart being able to survive through that whole attempt there. We saw a lot of time of Pyre 65 being used on trying to kill this Zeus, but he couldn't quite finish the job. Weeheart lives, and Team Bold, they get out of that trade with smiles on their faces. They take down Mobile.
Incredibly impressive. I mean, that is the one downside to his build, right? He's going to go in for the Kai and Sange too, so he's kind of doubling down on this Ember of the, no BKB. He just says, I'll be tanky enough. My idea is I just want to provide for my Weaver and my DP. I want to keep chaining and stunning and giving that vision for them to succeed in these fights. But when the damage lacks a little bit there, you can't quite finish it off. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, they have another minute, too, without the global silence here. So, it's, again, a little bit harder for them to win these fights. And Gork, he has himself the specialist array. He's thinking about what to do next. And it's a bit of a tough one. I think, yeah, you just Scotty. I mean, that's the safest option. I'm trying to think of, is there anything better than a Scotty that could, like, uplift you this game? And I think for a Morphling, there's probably not.
Yeah, I think Scotty's always going to be solid. For sure. See Ivy back in action. The smoke's immediately coming out. They know that if they can just find some sort of pick off, they'll be able to move into Roche, get the Aegis and Shard, and then manage to set up for another attempt at the high ground. See what sort of a grab they can get here. The two supports of Team Bolt will get spotted by the Sleight of Fist. But not a chance for Ivy to actually get a full grab on them as a team. So Team Bolt will avoid the smoke movement. Zip Zapper starting to put pressure on down bottom. And we'll be going for the, at least at the moment, it has the Hex queued up. So providing some extra sort of solution to the lack of lockdown that the heroes have innately.
I like Zip Zapper's idea of going for the Scythe as well. I think Primal Beast has this kind of annoying item sequence where you buy your Blink and your BKB, usually BKB first, obviously, and then into your Blink. And then after, it can be a bit of... It feels like items don't make a huge impact on the hero. Like, sometimes you might see like an aura or something, but I think anything that chains off of your Blink is generally a pretty good idea. So the Scythe, it's going to take a while to get, but, you know, with the way that MOBA is playing specifically, it's pretty much the dream choice here. But they are going to protect him once more here with the Aegis by the looks of it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, yeah, you should say, when your Ember's not got a BKB, you need this Aegis on him every time. We'll see if he...
It might be helpful to get him a rune as well next time.
Oh, into the triangle he goes. Now we'll get banging. See if they can get more. Gorg holds back Q-Pan Mobile here with the chains. He's going to get the gap closed upon him as he'll BKB TP out. Mobile will look towards the support of Pablo instead. Pablo able to toss him back, but he'll toss him straight back after being tossed back.
Yeah, no chance to throw out the Ember Remnants. That would have been pretty nice as a save, but caught and gone here. 16k lead with an Aegis and an Exorcism pop there, going high ground.
This is indeed the high ground push that they couldn't quite find in Game 2. See if they're able to succeed with it here in Game 3. Fortification will buy some time for Team Bold, and the buyback comes out from Pablo.
Downside, there's only 2 Remnants right now. That's kind of annoying. Creep Wave is spent. It's frustrating, but I actually think this is correct because there's so much time left on the Aegis that they'll still have another Exorcism with this Aegis. So there's no point going too crazy right now. You want to wait this out. What would be ideal would be getting that tier 3 knockdown at the very least. Because they're going to, if they come back and win the next Exorcism, they're still going to have the double glyph.
We have smoke.
Well, I guess they'll only get the 1 glyph. Look at the reset, that is.
Team Bolt, they want to try and strike whilst the Aegis is still in the hands of Mobai, but in a fashion that causes them to be able to force a fight outside of their base. And maybe get the jump on Ivy and break them apart so that they won't actually be able to use the remainder of the Aegis to try and approach the high ground again. See them lose Bengen very, very quickly. Mobai, he's looking for Weeha. He's gone for the TP on the high ground. They're not going to be able to find him. So Weeha will manage to live. Both supports, though, Team Bold will fall. I see the attention turned towards Gorg. Still got a BKB at the ready. He will have to walk his way back to the base, though. No TP in his pocket. So he'll take the walk back. So they'll save the cause, but now there was a dieback from Pablo. So the next push will come in.
He got the wave, but they glyphed in time.
They're going to be able to save that one creep. Continue to look for Zip Zapper. He's got the BKB TP. They've got nothing to stop that, so he'll get back to the base. Is that one creep still alive? It is. He's keeping that creep alive.
Charge! Another wave will be coming along here shortly.
Ugh.
Oh.
Still tricky to push.
Never stood a chance.
Weeha, as long as he lives, as long as he can sit back and spam out the waves, it's not going to be easy for Ivy to take this to the next level. The smoke's out again from Team Bold. Looking to maybe strike whilst Pablo's still dead, so that Ivy may not be fully prepared for this 4-man smoke. They're making their way
he's
towards
alone.
Zone B, and he's the main part of the push when
It's BKB
when they
got
look for the
delivered.
objectives, and indeed just delivered just in time, and backup's on its way. Mobile flies across the map here with the remnants to take down Bengen. Next big item finish here from Pyro 65 has got the full MKB.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Put an
attack.
assist in the column for the courier on that one. And Lincoln's pop into Shikuchi steal from Pablo. Very nice. So has something to work with in this next engagement.
I see 1 minute left on the Aegis. Can they go for the high ground? Pablo. He pushes his luck a bit too far there, trying to clear out the wave with the Shikuchi. They'll catch him.
Dire's bottom
So both supports out of the game. Ivy, they'll surely want to try and use this to get some damage done. Top lane, Zipzapper. It's going to be able to start with the jump. And they're going to be able to burn through that Aegis pretty quickly, but it's space. It is space, that's what Mobile will tell you. Bit of a distraction here from what's going on the bottom lane as the push coming in very heavily from the rest of Ivy. Bengen's taken down. The bottom barracks, they will be dealt with. So a nice bit of a split up there of Team Bold as the attention was drawn towards the top. And that gave all the space that the rest of his team needed, Mobile, to take that bottom racks.
There's still E-Blade and Thunder God's Wrath here, but they're going to get
They're going to get the toss back. We are in a very, very risky spot. Can the rest of his team bail him out of this one? Zipzapper getting him with the grab. But Weehaw down and out for 50. Same to be said for Zipzapper. They do both have buyback available. Weeha's going to have to use it if they want to try and hold on to at least this mid racks. Stop them from losing 2 sets of racks. It's just the 1 set on the bottom that's been taken from them, but definite progress from Ivy. A 29k lead, a set of barracks that they've been able to take away, and Pyro 65 just continuing to grow in power here. Level 24, 2600 gold on top of the MKB. Ivy very much seeming like that they're in a much, much better situation to just take this lead and close the game up in a way that they couldn't manage to do in game 2.
Yeah, I think they've taken lessons from that game. They've just, probably talked about it, what went wrong, and where they had to just be a little bit more decisive, and you can see that here.
See that Dota Plus here. It's only giving it a 1% here for Gorg and the lads.
Well, we always knew he was the 1%, so it's all right. Well, he'll get there.
We'll see if he can use that to his advantage. It's going to be very, very difficult. So much farm here on the Ember and the Weaver. And Gorg, he's nearly, he can clean up the Skadi if he wants to play without the buyback. We'll see how he decides to deal with this sort of tough stage of the game that it's fallen into for Team Bold.
Gotta say, this is some real alpha behavior here from the Ember. Moba here, he's just the recipe in his inventory of the refresher. He's been running around on the map with it. Like, I'll get the rest of it later, but I want you guys to know that it's coming. And now fully delivered here. So that is one skipping and a hopping and hard to deal with Ember Spirit right now.
That's super hard to keep any sort of chance of catching him in the fights. I mean, they're able to do it when he's on his own, but that was in an intentional move. The rest of the time he's had the team by his side, and just so much chaos that he has free roam to jump across the fight and target whoever he wishes to do so.
Oh, Relic as well. Perfect. See if Weehaw can manage to find one again here on the Dyers. They've gotten a telescope. That's pretty solid. Would love to find those neutralizers before that fight. Gork is down here. He's farming. He's working as hard as he can.
They're on their way over. Mobile. I mean, Gorge, he's going to have to
This time,
BKB TP, you'd imagine. Yep, there it is. He's out.
Look at Zipzapper, though. Oh,
He wants to try and
Zipzapper.
cut another wave, but it could...
I guess he's BKB.
He does indeed as well. Yep. BKB and TP out will keep him fine.
Weehaw's E-bladed creeps. Like, please, hurry up. Just give us the items. All right, Flicker, not bad. I think they're getting very unlucky with these creep camps.
They go for Mobile. See if they can catch him by surprise. He's into the trees and don't quite have clear vision to make the jump upon him now. I know that the rest of Ivy's heading over, so the chance of getting away with this play becomes slimmer and slimmer.
They have good vision here, though. This is a good place to fight, I think.
A full Hex on Cube now. As Ivy, happy to sort of just stall around this area, wait for the Roche, get this next one. He's going to have that refresher shard on. It's back up now. Highly likely if they go for the Roshan attempt, Team Bold won't be able to put a stop to them from getting it. And they're not going to check out the pit. They're going to approach the base here. See maybe JM check it out here on the way back. Yeah, he's going to go back and get the intel. They know it's there now, so they can look to head back and claim this before they go for the next push.
I mean, they still have their neutral items to grab here as well, so I don't think they're in too much of a rush either.
See who this refresher shard goes to. Could be nice on JM having 2 rounds of the ult. A global silence.
I think Pio as well, just like total freedom on the high ground would be pretty nice as well.
Something like what we got. And well, Cube will hold the refresher for now. Get him with a double Hex play.
Ah, come on, give it to the Ember. Just let him go hog wild. I guess he wouldn't have the mana for it.
And we've got Spell Present picked up. Yes, still. Did Weehart get any of these sort of tier 4s that he would have hoped for? Still just having to hold on to the Psychic.
They've actually cleared quite a few camps. They're just not getting them.
There's still 3 tier 4 items to find on to be found on Team Bolt. The mid racks. I think Team Bolt's going to want to make a jump here. They're just going to have to let those go. Ivy. Now clean that up quickly with the Exorcism. See if they can keep this going as they'll go straight towards the top with Own Me leading the way.
I reckon that Shard's going to come out here pretty soon as well. I don't think they want to stop.
Get the grab onto Weehart. They'll look to jump him. Mobile. The BKB. Global Silence comes into play. Gorg will remove it with the BKB. There's no saving Weehart though. Out for 90 seconds. Mobile on the Ember Spirit. Just too much for them to deal with as he's just jumping around the fight. Takes out Bengen as well. Now Gorg. He could be in trouble. As the push forward from Mobile continues. Sleight of fist onto both of them. Gorg's up in the air. He's got a fair bit of strength with the toss backs there. Waveform to try and get back towards the fountain. And 4-staff will manage to get him back to the safety at the fountain. Mobile with the triple, and they'll actually call it here. They know there's no stopping Ivy now. They've got the Megas, and they've got the game. GG is called. Ivy will take this game 3, and with that, this series is theirs 2-1.